Hey folks, thanks for joining. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. A little bit of technical difficulties logging in initially here, but I think we got it covered. Click it in chat there on the right hand side if for some reason you can't hear me, and I'll work on something else there, but I think we should be good. Thanks for joining. We do these weekly Wednesday webinars every Wednesday at 11:30. We have different topics every week. You can actually use the chat on the right-hand side there to suggest any future webinar topics that you're interested in. Also, another good idea would be if you have any questions from our webinar today, you can put them on the right-hand side there as well, and I'll get to them at the end. The other thing you can do is subscribe to the channel, our freeTVee YouTube channel. There should be a link at the bottom there. There's also some links as well to sign up if you want more of a personalized one-on-one consultation, which is what we definitely recommend. Everybody's situation is different, so it makes it much easier to kind of talk specifics about your situation. If you just sign up for a one-on-one consultation. You can do that from the right-hand side here, or also from our website, which is what I'm showing right now. So freeTVee.com is our website. And then if you just go to the top left here, there's a little button for schedule a call. And then you can also see the future webinars just to the right of it there where it says watch a webinar. You can sign up for future webinars. We're going to be having some on antenna specifically. We'll have some on internet and streaming, modems, Wi-Fi, things about cutting the cord, the best streaming options for free stuff. So there's a lot of different webinar topics we'll cover. Today is kind of a broad, just, general, we'll touch base on kind of all those topics. Anything relating to, cutting the cord and saving money. Our average customer actually, believe it or not, saves $1,500 every year, not just a one and done bait and switch like cable and satellite, but $1,500 a year, every year forever. So good stuff. So anyway, let's get going. Like I said, you can add any questions in the chat on the bottom or on the right-hand side there. First thing I'll do is I'll give you my history. My name is Brian Cavanaugh. I actually am the founder and co-CEO of freeTVee. I started the business about 10 years ago, but before that, I was actually with a big corporate telecom company for 13 years, worked out of the corporate office for half that time, and I just saw it from the other side, and I really just honestly got sick of the monopolistic practices and sick of watching people getting ripped off and treated poorly. And then I came up with the idea of freeTVee because really, quite frankly, there's nobody that does what we do anywhere in the country, even today. As far as the details and specifically helping people cut the cord, making sure they're saving the most money. It's not easy. It's pretty complicated. We make it easy for the customers because you just sit back and relax and we take care of everything. That's probably the best part about what we do, quite frankly, is we take care of it all. But there's a lot of misinformation out there about antennas and cutting the cord and streaming services and internet and Wi-Fi. And, unfortunately, when you have the big guys, Comcast, CenturyLink, Dish, DirecTV, they're not always going to shoot straight. They're going to give you a lot of different song and dances and stories. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have probably switched from cable to satellite and then back to cable again, hoping for better customer service and better rates. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing over and over again, right? So obviously that's probably why you're tuning in today, is because you're tired of that. So rest assured, we're the anti-cable and satellite company. We don't deal with any of that nonsense. We got nothing but 5-star reviews for a reason. We've been doing this for 10 years. If you go Google freeTVee, freeTVee.com, you'll see nothing but 5-star reviews all over the place because we care about what we're doing. We know what we're doing because we've been doing it for 10 years. So some of the stuff we're going to go over today, just general cord cutting things. There's different topics, obviously, which we'll focus on in future webinars, which you can sign up for those as well, straight up from the website. Like I said, watch the webinar, or you can schedule a call if you want an individual kind of one-on-one type of thing, which is definitely recommended. We're going to go over a lot of the cord cutting options. There's kind of 4 main issues we've noticed with cord cutting over the years. Maybe you've tried to DIY it and it kind of turns into a hot mess. So we'll kind of identify those. The first thing I'm going to start out with is basically just the two main sources for TV when you're a cord cutter. The first source is actually an antenna. The second source is streaming, which we'll get to in a minute. So when you think of antennas, believe it or not, it's actually the same old school antenna program you grew up with way back when with your parents back in the day. This is a kind of chintzy, cheapo indoor antenna. That's actually the first problem is a lot of people think, oh, hey, I got this antenna for 20, 40, 50 bucks at Best Buy or Amazon or whatever. We don't recommend that at all for a couple of reasons. Even though the antenna is a great source for TV because it's free, you get like 50, 60, 70 channels for free. Indoor antennas just don't cut it. So we'll get rid of that. We don't use those at all. We never have, we never will, which is part of the reason we get nothing but 5-star reviews, quite frankly. So what we use is a much more powerful attic or outdoor antenna, really small, really powerful. That way we can guarantee signal. So you're not missing channels. It's not breaking up in the middle of your local news or the Broncos game or your favorite show. Indoor antennas just don't work. You know, they are always missing channels. They're always breaking up. Plus you got to put one on every TV in your house. So it's just a nightmare. We just are one and done. We do it right the first time, which is why we get nothing but 5-star reviews. So with that, the first thing I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to show you one way to do the antenna. There's different options. Everybody's different, which is why it's really best to kind of schedule a call, because then we can literally give you the exact cost and what you're going to be saving exactly, and your options specifically for your setup. First thing I'm going to show you real quick, though, is maybe like 15, 20% of our customers, all they care about is just like local network TV and maybe some older TV shows, older movies. I'm actually going to change the input just to show you if you did just regular antenna channels, this is what you'd be getting. So it's pretty basic. You know, it's just your TV remote on your TV itself. And it's just, you know, channel up, channel down, and it's freeTVee. So you're literally getting actually better HD quality, all your major network channels. That's why we use the antenna for the base, and we always recommend that for most situations, because you're getting like 50, 60, 70 channels for $0 a month forever. So that's a big part of how we save people $1,500 a year on average. Everybody's situation's different. This is really basic. So I'm gonna get off of the TV and change back to kind of what we recommend for most of our customers that want more of the integrated feel. We're still using the antenna. We're just bringing the two sources for TV together, the antenna and then streaming, which I'll get to in a second. So with what we're doing with freeTVee, for a lot of our customers, at least most of our customers, we have a fully integrated system. Instead of having to have a bunch of remotes, you don't even need your TV remote, actually. It's all one remote. It actually has TV power and TV volume built into it. So you don't need to have a bunch of remotes. You don't need to change inputs back and forth. It's real simplistic, very easy to use. What I'm going to do is hit the home button on here, get off of our website, and just go back to my home page. And on here, there's a live TV section that has different ways to kind of get to content. You can actually go to your recent channels. You can go into live sports, news, local channels, cable channels, whatever. The first thing I'm going to show you is actually up top here, though. There's actually just a grid channel guide. So if all you care about is just your 50, 60, 70 free antenna channels, then great. This is always your base for TV. You're always paying $0 a month. You're not paying anything for it ever. Even the nice grid TV guide you see here and the DVR functionality to be able to pause live TV and record shows and skip commercials, that's $0 a month as well. I know it's pretty crazy because you're coming from the world of cable and satellite where they're nickel and diming you to death, and they give you the bait and switch, and they say, oh no, your package is $100 and your bill ends up being like $200, right? Well, the way they do that is all the extra fees and taxes are on TV and phone. So like I said, that's a big part of what we help people out with, and that's kind of the second issue that people run into is the billing, right? They give you the bundle BS story is what I call it, where they're saying, oh no, it's cheaper to have the package. Totally not. So what we help people do actually is we actually help them take the power back and get the freedom back and save money. When we come out and do the installation, you just sit back and relax. You don't need to call Comcast. You don't need to actually have any special TVs or anything. we would rather you just not do a thing, and we take care of everything. Don't waste your time and money buying a bunch of junk you don't use and need. We actually have a little leave behind form that when we come out and do your install, it doesn't just say, oh, hey, here's how you use everything, but it also gives you tips and tricks for negotiating your bill down. So that's kind of the second problem point when you're DIYing it, is you're having to deal with your internet provider and they're trying to jack the bill up on you. You should be able to get internet, just directly internet, anywhere from like $40 to $55 a month for internet only. The reason we suggest internet only is tax on internet is less than $1. So that's your bill, period. So you're going from your $150, $250 a month down to like 40 to 55 bucks a month. That's it. So you're saving a huge amount of money. The money you save, that's what you use to buy the hardware you need to get the channels you want, make it easy to use. And that's all customizable, which is why I said, if you go to our website, schedule a call, we can kind of figure that out based on your situation, what channels you and the family need, that type of thing. So that's kind of the second fail point. Remember I was saying there's like some DIY fail points in here, instead of wasting a bunch of time and money and trying to cut the cord and piecemeal something together yourself, just hire the experts at freeTVee. That's what we do. The second fail point is the bundle BS story you get from your cable and satellite provider or your internet provider of you need the bundle. You don't, because all the extra taxes and fees are on TV and phones. So if you just have internet only, like I said, we help you get it down to 40 to 55 bucks a month for internet, and that's it. Everything you see here, all the free antenna channels that we get you, that's $0 a month. The grid TV guide that you're used to, even the DVR that I'll show you here real quick. So if I want to go in here and record the local news, really simple. I'm just using my same remote. Like I said, I'm not changing inputs. I'm not changing remotes. I have everything here. You can see you can actually record an episode or a series. So just like your normal DVR, subtle changes, obviously, pros and cons, just like with anything if you switch from cable to satellite. The main thing here, though, keep in mind is you have your freedom. There's no contracts. There's no bait and switch pricing. There's no extra box fees, extra HD fees, DVR fees. All that stuff is out the door. So with us, hence the name freeTVee, literally everything I've showed you so far is $0 a month. So you're not paying anything for extra HD, even though it's better quality, believe it or not, off the antenna. I know it seems crazy because you're getting it for free, but it's actually better than what you pay for through cable and satellite. The grid guide, the DVR, all that stuff. So I'll go back here and you can see, like, it's just my normal grid guide. I can tune into live TV, the same type of stuff that you're used to doing. I can pause live TV. Same exact setup you're paying hundreds of dollars a month for, just a much smarter way to do it, right? Where you're getting the control back from cable and satellite and you're putting the money back in your pocket. Like I said, our average customer saves $1,500 every year, not just a one-time bait and switch like cable and satellite, but forever. So if I go back, we'll go back to kind of that main interface there. That's just one way to get to my channels. I can also get to my channels through here. It's kind of personal preference type of thing. We like to give you the freedom to kind of do it however you want. So that's the antenna source. Remember I was saying initially there's two sources for TV. That's all your free stuff. That's always your base. If you're like, hey, it's summertime, my shows aren't on, you want to cancel your cable channels, not pay for a thing, you always have your free antenna channels like I was just showing you. There's all your local network channels, ABC, NBC, CBS, My Network, Fox, PBS, CW, a whole bunch of stuff. And then there's also like another 50 or so digital channels that play like older TV shows, older movies. There's investigative channels. There's a comedies channel. There's all kinds of stuff. Not cable channels per se, but all your local network channels. Most of what people watch is on local network TV, which is why we use the antenna for the base for TV for free. We guarantee signal. It's rock solid, so it's not breaking up in your major networks. You're not missing channels, stuff like that, because we do it right the first time, which again is why we got nothing but 5-star reviews, because we know what we're doing and we care about what we're doing. So that's the first source for TV is the antenna. The second thing I'm going to show you is the second source for TV, which is streaming. I'm going to hit the home button on the remote here, real simple, and go back to kind of the home page here. So yes, obviously there's things like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu. There's all kinds of, YouTube has a bunch of great free stuff. We hook you up with those services as well. And quite frankly, we take what you might already have. If you already have Netflix or Prime, We just make it easier, better, faster, and put it front and center on your TV. The way that we do that is we have a streaming stick that, quite frankly, works the best. So we've tested every antenna, we've tested every DVR, we've tested every streaming service and streaming stick and modem and Wi-Fi router and mesh network. We just know what works the best because we've been doing this for 10 years. So instead of you going out and trying to go to Best Buy and buying a bunch of equipment, 80% of it out there doesn't work, quite frankly. And honestly, it's the hot mess. It's the wild, wild west out there. There's so many different things, and you know, everyone says they're the best thing since sliced bread. Why would you waste all that time and money when you could just have us do it right the first time? We take care of everything. So you just sit back and relax. What's great about what we do, quite frankly, is we have margins in buying in bulk because we just know what works. We buy it in bulk. That's how we make our money, is actually on the margins. So everything we install is actually very reasonable. Even if you went down to Best Buy and you bought, you know, the hardware yourself, you'd be paying about the same price we install it for. And that covers everything: trip charge, labor, hardware, installation. We don't have these sneaky fees and stuff like cable and satellite. And most importantly, like I said, we're helping you save money off your monthly bills so you're not overpaying for your internet service as well. So the third thing I'm going to get into here is the other source for TV, the second source for TV, which is streaming. So in order for streaming to work, there's a couple things that have to be, you know, in play. The first thing is you got to have a good piece of hardware, a good streaming stick. So we only use the best of the best that has a good Wi-Fi receiver on there, so it's rock solid. So it's not buffering and breaking up in the middle of your Netflix or your Prime. And the other piece of that is your network connection hardware. So it's really all about the hardware. You don't need some super fast speed from Comcast. They always try to sell you more speed than you need, and you're overpaying for internet. Like I said, 75% of our customers, they have Comcast-based speed, and they're totally fine streaming live TV and everything that we do. The key is we install a much newer, better technology called Mesh. It's much easier to use. There's an app on your phone, so super simple. But more important than all that, they're kind of like little mini Wi-Fi routers, so you can put them in different places throughout your house. So just blankets your house in coverage so you don't have any dead spots. And that's really the key, because when you're streaming stuff like Netflix and Prime, that's on demand. But when you're streaming live TV, which is how you get the cable channels, that is more high bandwidth stuff. So you really have to have a good network and a good hardware, not just modem and router, but also the little streaming sticks that we install as well. So again, same deal. I'm still on the same remote. What we do is we integrate it all together to make it easy to use. And that's kind of the fourth thing that we do for people is, instead of having to have a bunch of different remotes and change inputs back and forth to get from the antenna over to your streaming, it's all in one spot, so you don't even really notice the difference. So if I go, yes, I can go into the individual apps themselves, of course. I kind of like this live TV section here because it has your grid channel guide. So if you want to go into things that way, you can see I have my local networks: CBS, CW, ABC, Fox. But I also can add in channels like a la carte, which is the second source for TV, which is streaming. So like, for instance, if I just feel like paying for HBO for a month, I can get it for a month, binge watch all my shows. It's live, on demand, DVR. It's all the same stuff, and then I dump it. So you're not locked into these contracts where you're stuck with them forever. And then same thing with cable channels. So you can see I got my Sci-Fi channel, my HGTV, my Fox News, my Discovery, my CNN, whatever you want. 98% of the exact same cable channels, believe it or not, are actually available separately, either a la carte or in skinny bundles. The best part about that is you're cutting out the middleman, and you don't need to keep them 12 months out of the year if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. So it's the exact same stuff. You're just cutting out the middleman. Even if you're doing skinny bundles, you know, they range in price from, the ones we recommend at least, range in price from like 20 to 30 bucks a month usually. And they give you the top, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 cable channels. Same exact stuff. So you can see, you know, I got my Fox News. This is exactly what's on Fox News right now on regular pay TV with cable and satellite. You're just paying a lot less money for it. So anyway, that's one way to access stuff, is just through your traditional grid guide, everything you're used to. If I hit the back button, you can actually go into individual apps and get cable channels that way, or you can kind of go in these tile-based, you know, and see your shows or your favorite channels that way and access them there too. So again, it's personal preference, a lot of different ways to do things. I think probably the most important thing to keep in mind is there's all kinds of options out there. What we're doing is giving you savings. Obviously, our average customer saves $1,500 every year. And we're giving you the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. So there's no contracts with anything we do. The first source for TV for the antenna channels, that's all free. So it's $0 a month forever. Even if you add on the TV guide and the DVR functionality, that's all $0 a month. Even if you add on extra TVs, it's not like cable and satellite where they're nickel and diming you to death. There is no monthly rate for any of that stuff. The only thing you pay for is just when you choose to pay for either cable channels a la carte, or these little skinny bundles. Like I said, the ones we usually recommend are like 20, 30 bucks a month. And they give you like the top 30, 40, 50, 60 cable channels. So you could literally get it and keep it for a couple months and then dump it. That's how flexible it is. So you can see really quickly how these savings add up, and you're literally saving not just $1,500 a year, but that's $15,000 over 10 years. That's like, a new car. So definitely worth it. All the exact same stuff. The other thing I would mention to you is if you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A in the chat on the right-hand side there. I would suggest as well, it's going to be much, much easier if you go to our website, which I'll pull up again here under the Internet tab. And on the top of our website, there's a schedule a call button. That's a really great way to have an individual personalized consultation. It's a free consultation. You can also share any of these webinars with friends and family or anybody else that maybe is sick of getting ripped off by cable and satellite. Maybe they, money's tight right now, whatever. Or maybe they've already tried to kind of DIY it and cut the cord themselves, but they're just frustrated because they, it's not working right. They can't get to their channels, whatever. There's, like I said, there's a lot of fail points when you cut the cord yourself, which is obviously why we exist. Instead of someone trying to cut the cord themselves and have it, fail and be frustrating and difficult to use, and they waste a bunch of time and money buying a bunch of crap they don't need. That's why we exist, right? Save your time, money, and sanity. Just hire freeTVee to do it right the first time. So anyway, you can give us a call, 303-794-8600. You can go to our website. It's 8 letters, freeTVee.com. So freeTVee.com. And you can just click on schedule a call up top there, and we'll have a personalized one-on-one consultation with you. You can sign up for future webinars here. If you have any topic suggestions, you can put that in the chat. We do have a webinar next week talking about streaming. Pretty much it's all things related to streaming, all the different apps, even related to free music options, free TV options, pretty much you name it. There's all kinds of great stuff out there. And that's part of what we do when we come out and hook people up is we actually give everybody a demo. We show you how to use everything, so it's really easy. But we also have a leave behind form that has a lot of great info. We have a lot of links on our YouTube page that has a lot of great info as well. So, at the end of the day, I created this business to try to help people out. So we were just sick of the cable and satellite, monopolies that at the end of the day, they don't really care about their customers. And obviously the content prices are just going up and up. One interesting thing, we actually have a blog on this on our website, but a lot of people don't realize that what's happening in the cable and satellite industry is your bills are never going down if you stick with cable and satellite. They're actually going up because last year alone, 6 million people cut the cord from cable and satellite just in 1 year. It's actually already worse in the first quarter this year. You would imagine that, oh, okay, like people cut the cord, that means that they're going to lower prices, right? Well, no, it doesn't actually, because what's happening is the content providers are actually increasing prices. So you can do the math. There's a lot less people around that have cut the cord, but content prices are going up. So there's this huge gap there. So they don't have a choice. They have to raise prices. And what they do is they have more blackouts. They have more sneaky fees like extra box fee and broadcast TV fee and sports TV fee and DVR fee and whatever other BS fee they'll make up next week. That's what we help you get away from. So again, connect with us. Go to our website, freeTVee.com. You can click on schedule a call. You can click on watch a webinar to sign up for future webinars. Thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate it. We love to chat with you on an individual one-on-one basis and let you know how much money we can save you. Like I said, our average customer saves $1,500 every year. So definitely significant, definitely worth reaching out for a quick chat. All right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. Take care, and we look forward to talking to you soon and helping you save a lot of money.